Lauri, Markkanen, and Keyonte.
They beat Utah November 24th, 134-117. Butler and Draymond, Quentin Post, Steph Curry, and Moses Moody. So the Hall of Famers are all back tonight. Jimmy was under the weather, but he is going. Steph with the ankle, he's ready, and Draymond had the rest. Shot clock at 3. Moody's got to beat the buzzer, and that did nothing. So the 24-second violation, a good Utah defense to begin. Svi Mykhailiuk with Lauri, Markkanen kept
possession. So that messed you up a little bit, caught you off guard. You were able to get a great shot. Gonna have to slip out of some screens.
Keyonte George missing from the elbow, and Moody was trailing him nicely. Billy Kennedy, Kevin Cutler, and Simone Jelks, our crew.
Every time I see Billy Kennedy, I'm like, they got to challenge everything. We need to see you do your thing. Show me greatness with the presentations.
Snap for the step back, rimming that out. But yeah, Keyonte George in year 3 is getting into superstar status. When you think of 25 a game and scoring at all 3 levels.
Warriors are switching a lot too.
George missing that 3. And you saw Draymond with the attention on him. And the first meeting, they had Markkanen and Keyonte George kind of got loose early in the game.
It's solid on-ball defense because Draymond gapped him a little bit, but Draymond is so long he can still contest the ball of that jumper.
Jimmy Butler inside. Didn't quite get that off iron.
He always has the right idea. Drive it.
Markkanen at 7 feet. That is a great no call, by the way. Markkanen putting it up and in.
Curry's back there. He's trying, but you got to attack him.
Yeah, Markkanen, great three-point shooter, can score inside, every bit of 7 feet. Steph wanted some contact, didn't get it. And Markkanen headed the other way, this time on Draymond, and the same result, able to score.
They're getting stops. They're 30th when it comes to their defense, but they're giving you a tough time because they're switching a lot. They're moving their feet right now. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes teams see the Warriors, they get out of character.
Draymond 3. We watched him warm up pregame. Strunk was looking good.
Oh, he did look good. He wasn't bending over too much. He kept his torso kind of straight up and down. As long as he gets that knee bend, the ball gets up in the air really nicely.
Kevin Love missing the 3. This is the 5th game in 7 days for the Warriors. They will do that only twice all year. This week and then in March. They have a long road trip, but 5 games in 7 days is a lot. Jimmy Butler took the bump and floated it home.
You're running that ball screen and 2 guys go with Draymond for enough time to get the angle for Jimmy Butler.
So Moody has that Keyonte George assignment. And Moody takes it away. Butler running with Steph. Hanging, floating, and getting to the line.
Keyonte George is a little too nonchalant around Moses Moody. Curry back in it here.
I think Dub Nation would know because we brought it up. In terms of plus-minus, the season leader right now is Butler with Quentin Post. Guess who's number 3 in plus-minus for the Warriors?
Not far.
Moses Moody,
right? Yeah.
Because offense and defense matters. He's plus 66, 3rd best on the team for the year.
You touched on his 3-ball streak. He's been knocking those down, but he always cares about the defensive end. No matter what's happening on the offensive side, he's going to bring it defensively, just effort-wise.
Over that screen, Quentin Post rotated nicely. That's good team defense. That outlet deflected away, and the Warriors are fortunate.
You'll live with the Utah Jazz, as they will sometimes. You get an offensive foul. You got to make sure you're stationary on those screens there.
Yeah, and you mentioned why they're dangerous. They're the 7th leading scoring team in the NBA, Utah. So they get Detroit. They beat San Antonio in San Antonio. If you're not ready, they have the firepower to take you out.
Their offense has really come around, and especially in this month. And it's been lower turnovers for them and much better shooting percentages.
Mykhailiuk, Quentin Post tracking him out to the corner. Mykhailiuk, good outside shooter and bottoming that 3.
He's 40% from 3-point range. When I say this month, I meant December, last month. They've gotten much better when it comes to their 3-point shooting, their percentages overall.
Butler dropped it off to Draymond. He cut perfectly, laid it in, drew the foul.
He's got a great angle as Draymond's kind of cutting right in front of him. That is spectacular.
And without Walker Kessler healthy, Remember that Kevin Love is your rim protector at 37 years of age. I mean, don't be afraid to go inside.
Well, that's why they've struggled a lot defensively without Kessler in there. As
Look at
Moses Moody gets
again.
another one.
Another deflection. That's no reset of the shot clock, so it'll be 13.
We got drinks spilled on.
There's Keontae George flying to the rim. Is he a 1? Is he a 2? He's just good. Draymond had made 1 3. Fouled that one out, and Markkanen with a rebound. Brandon Podziemski, GP2's wearing a microphone, and they get their first playing time here in the first quarter. Kyler to Markkanen. See, Draymond was there, but Markkanen's 7 feet tall.
That's the versatility of Markkanen. He's setting the ball screen there, and Mykhailiuk, 2 defenders kind of stay up with Mykhailiuk. Probably want to switch that action, especially like-sized guys almost.
Pass knocked away. Sensabaugh with the steal. Sensabaugh trying to throw it back out to Kevin Love. He's the beneficiary.
So you're coming into this game. You're not exactly sleepwalking, but you don't want to take this Jazz team for granted. They've gotten off to a good start on you.
There's both been 3 of 8 with 3 turnovers already in the first 5 minutes. Steph, quick release. Sensabaugh rebound in motion. Curry knocked it away. Moody's getting his hand on everything. Podziemski couldn't quite bank it home.
Now they have the counterattack going.
Keontae George stripes a 3. That hurts right there.
Big.
Steve Kerr going to use a timeout. That's some energy. Back-to-backs can be this way sometimes. Tic-tac-toe. And GP2 couldn't get it home. That was a beautiful play. Everything but the finish.
Working off of Steph's double teams again.
Mykhailiuk.
Wait a minute. He's working off the dribble too, though. 40% three-point shooter. Putting it on the floor and giving you the business.
So Taylor Hendricks first playing time. 1 year in Central Florida. 9th pick in 2023. He's dealing with Moody right now.
He's 39% from three-point range, but he can put the ball on the floor. Steph stepped on the sideline. This
is exactly what Utah was looking for, is to build a lead and make the Warriors try to play uphill. There's Jackson Davis first playing time. Shot clock at 8. There's going to be a lot of Keontae George and a lot of Markkanen. And Trace defending the iron there. Podziemski comes away with a rebound.
He went straight up, kept his verticality.
Pass to Moody. And 22 straight games with a 3 for Moses.
How about Pod's decision making? He was just looking at Hendricks, who was guarding Moses Moody there, and he was trying to get back to him. He was just late. If he fires it over to him, Moses is going to have an open look.
You got to help Steph there. Markkanen going to settle for the jumper. That's a win for Curry. And the Warriors get it out of bounds. See man and ball always. You turn your head, particularly the NBA, it's whizzing right by your ear.
Hendricks knew he was in trouble there.
Split cut. And Curry on a reset 3. He got it. So Steph's first bucket. Moody hits a 3. Curry hits a 3. So 75 straight for Steph and 22 for Moody as he's tracking him.
He makes that pump fake and reload look so easy. It is not.
Mykhailiuk again. Fired. Podziemski the rebound in motion. Anthony Melton's first playing time. He's not playing back-to-backs right now, but Mitchell there. Kyle Filipowski out of Duke had a great summer league, and Melton, he knocked one away, and then that was dribbled off the foot of Keontae George. So Mykhailiuk ends up with an open 3. This is a crazy sequence. Utah have another opportunity.
Utah's active right now.
Isaiah Collier in the lane. Keontae George bottoming at 3.
It's another rough sequence there. But you're building. Been better since the last time out.
You had that activity at G in the front court, but just off a heel, and then ends up being a 3. Podziemski the other way. Melton is working on that 3 ball. Saw it all pregame, and that one looked good.
Podziemski's creation, you're breaking the paint. He took a beat, took his time, pivot game, find the open man.
Utah had the 8-point lead. It's down to 2. Melton got a piece of that. The Warriors are getting deflections.
Vice versa, pivot game, take a beat. Podziemski did it that last possession.
Will Richard checking in. Filipowski scoring inside. Will Richard had 13 last night. He's got a bit of a heel issue, but is playing through it.
Filipowski is another kind of stretch big. He can put the ball on the floor too. These guys are getting really agile on you as Hendricks fouls.
Two men jump at him, so Guy Santos just in the game. And that three will call it a pass. He gets it back from TJD. Trace again with another rebound. He did this last night. And Trace,
Your finishing IQ, find a way to go up and get fouled.
and Trace knocking down the free throw. Globetrotters.com.
Both of these teams coming off similar situations in their last game. This is going to be Utah ball took over. They could not handle him. The Warriors are going to see the Clippers after this game.
Yeah, Clippers on Monday, they won 6 in a row. Dangerous time to get them. Dangerous guy, Keontae George. Warriors fortunate. He missed that wide open three. They've already played 11 guys in the first 9 minutes of the game. So the back end of a back-to-back, Steve putting as many fresh horses in as possible. Pass to Jimmy Butler, did well to catch it into Guy Santos. Good recovery on Quentin Post, couldn't pull the three. Melton makes another one. So Melton had struggled with the three since coming back from the knee, and he's got 2 in the first quarter.
His defender cheating off him a little too much. The Jazz were in scramble mode there. They didn't look like the worst defensive team there, but he really made them work, kept moving it, stayed with it, found an opening.
Lopowski setting up Sensabaugh. Quentin Post is there to challenge. Just that. Just contest. Percentages change if you contest.
You just want to finish the quarter with a lead, as well as the Jazz have played. Demoralize them any chance you get.
That's on the pass.
If you execute, you move the ball, you'll get the looks you want.
So Isaiah Collier with Sensabaugh. Kyle Filipowski marking in. And Markkanen flipping it up and in and drawing the foul.
He just got a handoff, and it's GP as good as he can. Use the hang time. Podziemski tried to come and help, but he's a little late.
Missing the free throw. He's a 91% free thrower, so a bit of an oddity there. Markkanen was most improved, and he also was an all-star in 2023. There you go, Draymond to GP2.
I said it, get under the guy you're screening. He's going to switch on to you, then he's going to be on the wrong side. That's exactly what GP2 did there.
Walter Clayton getting his first playing time for Utah. Collier unable to finish.
Clayton is a sharp shooter. He's not shooting as well as he would like to from three-point range right now, only 30%, but he's got some bounce at his size. Again, you're trying to exploit the switch again.
Rudy with a sidestep three, got his base. Didn't finish that three, but GP2 got a layup. That microphone has him bouncy.
Jazz are going to make you earn it.
Stevie Wonder said it right. Superstition. If you believe in things you don't understand, superstition is the way. I just know you don't put up a graphic like that until the fourth quarter.
They insisted.
Blocked off Draymond. The Warriors trying to bail Policino out.
They couldn't motivate him.
Questionable producing decision. And Draymond tied the game.
And Draymond just kept running. It's sensed.
Draymond again. GP2. Tic-tac-toe.
Kind of caught that one back, GP2 did. Again, it's Steph Curry's double teams, and he's super unselfish with it. He's going to get rid of it. Sometimes you'll see him dribble past the slower defender as he gets Kevin Love inside. I'm really impressed with him. He's really taking care of his body. It is still serviceable, more than serviceable.
Rudy, he moved the ball where Markkanen couldn't get to it. And Moses, that's a great finish.
Get down there before the defense is set, before we have to deal with all the switching and Steph double teams.
Last 5 buckets for the Warriors, all layups. Walter Clayton, who can shoot from the outside, dropping that in.
I told you, he's a sharpshooter. He's 30%. It's going to go up. He won a championship with Will Richard at Florida. Played there 2 years.
Rudy corner three. GP2 again, another rebound. That one stayed on the iron and flipped off.
They're just not boxing him out adequately enough. And he's going to be around the basket. He is a little big man. He's going to make himself useful.
Markkanen can step all the way out to that three-point line, 37%, and dropping that in.
People forget he's 7 foot. Like, it's really tough to bother his shot.
And he's not minding that. They list him at 7'1". He's not one of those guys.
Markkanen is super agile. He's gotten off to a great start.
That is a fan.
Think about a Jaden McDaniels type of player. 3-and-D guy, really solid three-point shooter, slasher.
He's in there to bother Steph. Draymond out to Podziemski. Sets his feet for three. GP2 was in there flying again, but Kevin Love batted it away. Keontae George and Moody giving an honest effort defensively. And right there, it takes 11 seconds off the shot clock. Now Utah's under 10. And Clayton Cycling around Mikhailuk. Back out to Keontae George. And that's where you can't lead that guy.
They're one of the best assist teams in the league. They move the ball around and really make you work. They had the Warriors running all over the place that possession.
6 of 12 on threes for Utah. Moody got that one. So Moses, he has 8, 2 for 4 on threes.
That's a no-no. They're just cheating off the strong side. It's just an easy pass for Steph.
Keontae George again.
They are double teaming Steph so much. He's going to try to go fast before they get to him.
Yeah, Curry's only got 1 made field goal. Moody's getting all he can eat. Right now, 2 of 5. You can live with that 40%, but Moses hit 7 in a game at New Orleans.
That's the Jazz game plan. Anybody can shoot but Steph.
DP2 with the D. Kevin Love couldn't follow because Podziemski stayed with him defensively. Can you get Curry involved here a little bit?
They're going to have him move without the ball.
Podziemski, the fouls before that layup. Rita Kagan, her mom passed away December 28th, and we're just thinking of Linda and her family as well.
We're praying for you, Linda. Linda's awesome.
And our crew has been tough for the holidays for sure.
You and your family, Linda.
Will Richard missing that 3. Right now, Utah, they have the Warriors' attention. The Jazz playing very well, shooting at a 51%. Already hit 6 threes. Keontae George 11, Markkanen 11. They're the 2 big scorers. Cody Williams hammering that down.
Look out below. He turned the corner. F1 speed style.
He was the 10th pick a year ago. I want to see him and Jalen play one-on-one. Podziemski. Speaking of Jalen Williams and fighting. And when you beat Detroit, you beat San Antonio. Get your attention as Kevin Love misses there. I love the way Podziemski rebounds for a guard. There's just not a lot of guards that crash like he does.
He's always in the fight. He's willing to put his nose in there, literally. Got a crack how many times last season?
Thought about that 3. Shot clock at 10. Skip pass to Quentin Post. Open 3, and he got it. That feels good for QP.
That was Jimmy Butler. He gets no stat for that. He's setting a screen in there. He had 2 guys hemmed up. They didn't even think about closing out.
Warriors 8 of 18 from deep. Markkanen 7-1, just rising to catch that pass. Shot clock at 7. Markkanen with a big step all the way in to flip it up and in. He's got 13.
He's attacking the basket this game. He's not just settling. He's getting high percentage shots. Again, moving without the ball. They're getting him on the move.
Mid post, one corner. The other corner, halfway down and out.
He's just moving without the ball, and they're failing to move with him.
Here he talked about that rim, and Cody Williams is throwing down dunks.
He is bouncy. He does kind of look like his brother at times. I'm sure they've had some wonderful conversations. What a ride they're on. You're in the league with your brother.
Oh, no. Pass behind Melton.
Performance from Kawhi Leonard to put him away.
I'm starting to look at that clutch game thing, and that's going to be a travel.
You're bringing the ball pressure.
Jimmy Butler, 41% on threes, drops in a triple.
He shoots 2 of those a game. He's really selective with them. So you can tell when he feels good about it. That was a 1-footed jumper, too. He went jab step 1 foot like LaMelo Ball.
6 lead changes, 5 ties, and a very competitive first half. Markkanen, Keontae George are doing exactly what Will Hardy would want. As they're dominating right now with 15 now for Markkanen, 7 of 9.
Well, Will Richard stayed in front of him, but that guy's 7-1. Lauri Markkanen is a problem in there. He's a matchup nightmare.
You mentioned he's only taking the 1-3. We've had games where he's just settled for outside jumpers. Not tonight.
He's really intentional.
Jimmy Butler with the mid-range. Couldn't quite rim that home. Keontae George in on Podziemski. And flipping it up and out, but he will draw the foul.
We're trying to win the mid-range at a good percentage. With analytics and everything, that shot is going to be frowned upon. Will Hardy is still letting him handle the ball, and he's got quite a load on his shoulders, but he's showing that he's ready for it.
You also had mentioned, it's 90% free throws. I mean, you get into the 90s.
It's a weapon.
I mean, that is a weapon.
Now you're looking forward to getting fouled and going to the line.
Came on down the lane again. Melton has made a couple threes, and Will Richard tipped that while it was in the cylinder. That's basket interference.
They're trying to make, eventually you're going to see Steph get a little more aggressive, start trying to beat the slower defender, relocate.
Markkanen is 8 of 10.
They're giving him as a screener and a roller too, so it's just tough to really throw a ton of bodies at him.
Curry is fouled. Now,
Win those, you're going to have the upper hand. You've torn it over again here.
that's just a simple out-of-bounds play. It becomes a layup on the other end.
That's the story of their turnovers this game. They've been all self-inflicted. It's not really the Jazz forcing any of these.
Utah, 12-3 skid right before halftime. These final 3 minutes become very important as the Jazz equal their largest lead at 8. Curry. He had one made field goal in the first half here.
He kind of waited there. Draymond Green set such a great screen. He thought he had a little more time.
Gets the ball. Kick out to Filipowski on the baseline. Draymond's pinned him under the backboard. Might have been 3 in the key. He was in there quite some time, but Markkanen will get the dunk.
Well, everybody stayed home. And
Draymond's